If you have a problem hearing me or seeing this, the screen that says Inspirito, the creator you're created to be, outcome-based education, let me know. I'm just going to start moving forward with this. So, all right. So this is a system that you can make whatever dollar amount you want. And I guarantee that if you follow this recipe that you will make $1 million in a year. You just have to follow this recipe. So in brief, you have to have 18 students a month, you have to have 3-week retreats with 20 people, 15 individual coaching students, 12 overnight retreats, and 100 introductory widgets, which I will get into all of this as I go along, but the total of that is $1,015,000. That is actually so doable, it's ridiculous. 18 students a month, that is not difficult. So let me talk about Inspirito courses and why I'm doing this and how this is going to change the market. So Inspirito courses are outcome-based. There is no education out there currently that is based on the outcome. It doesn't guarantee outcomes. It just says you can learn this stuff and good luck afterwards. Like this poor pathetic guy that's on my picture here has this funny little grin. He has a PhD and he's working at McDonald's. And I did a little bit of research today looking at these guys, and there are hundreds of these PhDs out there who got their PhDs and are street sweepers, and they're cooks, and they're other little menial tasks, which, you know, if they enjoy them, then more power to them. However, all of the articles I looked up were about the PhDs that were unhappy. So, including this guy in the picture, they're not very happy after spending, you know, $30,000 to $200,000 on their education to get a PhD, and they're stuck working at McDonald's. So these courses in Inspirito, we guarantee the courses that you will, whatever the outcome is that you decide upon, we guarantee it. So we work very, very, very hard to make sure that everybody in these courses will get to the point, including the $1 million that I'm guaranteeing you. This industry, the education industry, just in the United States alone, is $550 billion spent on education. That is such a huge number. That's just in the United States. And we're going to be marketing these all over the world. So that just shows you a small fraction of what you can be making. There are courses that I know of right now that are making close to $150,000 per day. That's per day. And these are very specific courses. They're not just big general GED courses, or I don't know what you think they were. But these are the same type of courses that we're going to be talking about. Now, Inspirito courses are based in 2 different trainings. The first is an inspirational training. The second is a systems training. Inspirational training will be included in every single Inspirito course. Inspirational trainings are things that you would learn from Tony Robbins or Limitless, as some of you know, or Abraham Hicks, or all of these amazing inspirational teachers. The idea is the most important thing about this course, and the name of the courses themselves, Inspirito, says that you have to create the outcome before you begin. You gather the energy, you do pre-paving, you do everything that you can to get that energy together, and then you move forward in the course. And so the idea is they need to be able to see very clearly and very powerfully that they can accomplish the things they want to accomplish through the course before they start the systems training. The system training is simply whatever it is that you want to teach. And it can be the inspirational stuff as well, but the inspirational stuff that I'm putting in here very specifically are visualizations, videos, as well as meditations. So if there are things that are redundant within the course, we can talk about replacing with or taking out the stuff in the Inspirito or inspirational training and putting in yours, whatever makes sense to you and me, and we can make sure that it works very, very well together. And so your system training typically will have a lot of action items in it. The system training will give them lists of things to accomplish. It will give them things to study or things to utilize, tools and processes that help them to that goal. It's really all the action items they need to get whatever that outcome is. Again, everything that we're doing is based on outcome. So marketing is a big process in this. Obviously, you're not going to make any money with it if no one sees your courses. And marketing, while it looks a little bit scary from here, it's such an easy, simple, amazingly simple thing to do. I know this funnel looks kind of strange and crazy, but yeah, Emily, I'm not seeing your chat. That's okay. We'll figure this out. Not a big deal. So there are 12 steps of intimacy that you go through when you market to someone and you create a funnel. And you know, when you're dating someone, you don't start out and say hi and then say, hey, do you want to go to bed? Nobody does that. You can't do that. You'll get slapped. So what you do is you start off by introducing yourself and talking a little bit about who you are, and maybe you compliment them on their smile, and you move forward to touch, and you move forward to several different steps that bring you down the path of intimacy to the final act of intimacy, whatever that is that you would want. And that holds true to marketing. So yeah, well, yeah. I've known people to do that too. Mostly they get slapped. So franchise branding, all that's going to happen with franchise branding is that we will have the Inspirito training as well as the Inspirito logo on all of the pages in your funnel, making sure that we have correct branding. However, it will be very background to your branding and what your courses are. This is about your course, it's about you, and it's about your power and your courses and training. There will also be upsales to larger products and affiliates. Everybody who's on Inspirito will be able to sell each other's products. If you are an affiliate marketer and you market someone else's product and someone buys it, you will actually get 50% of whatever they spend on that course. So it really is important, if you're not an affiliate, to become an affiliate, so that if someone asks a question about something that there is a training on and that they may purchase and get the right information from, you will get a large amount of money from that. And that is even beyond the money that we talked about just to get to the $1 million at the end of the year. So you could be making even a buttload more than the $1 million at the end of the year. Facebook and video marketing. So we'll talk specifically in this course about how to specifically target people on Facebook with your marketing and through video marketing. I have millions of views through my video marketing. In fact, I own a whole video marketing business, and we're very, very good at getting people to respond and to move down marketing funnels. So avatars are the most important thing about marketing, really, which is you specify exactly who you want to purchase your course. You give them a name, you make them a real person. You know, you say this is what they do when they wake up in the morning, this is what they do when they go to bed at night, this is what they do during the day, they have this kind of family, this kind of job. You then talk about their pain points and what really in their life they want to change. And so you get very, very specific on this one person with their name and their age and everything like that. And once you get that specific, then you know exactly where you're going to market to these people. And I will teach you how to create more than one avatar so you can test against each other. And the great thing about social media marketing is that you can put very, very small amounts of money into the market testing so that you know exactly which ads are going to work and actually make you money. Where you couldn't do that before with radio and TV and the traditional marketing because it costs so much money to put an ad anywhere. You couldn't do the testing. You just had to kind of hope, and you do some some testing. There are some old ways of doing testings, but it still costs a lot of money. Social media, you put $5 into an ad and you get thousands of views. It's such an easy way to test for marketing. All right. Oh, and who markets what? So I will be marketing, and I'm marketing Inspirito itself. So the courses will all be a part of the Inspirito website. So if people get on the Inspirito website and want to find a specific marketing, your course will come up when they're searching for that kind of course. And so I will try and be drawing people to your courses just from my marketing because I have some skin in the game to your course. You will be marketing your course specifically. Now, I will be teaching you how to do that in more specific ways, but I'll have you know right now you don't need to focus a lot on marketing because it's not time to do that. There's a specific order I want you to go through to get to that point. And right now, it's more about creating content. It's creating, well, really, it's about creating the title of your course. It's about exactly what you want to guarantee that people will get. There's two things you want to do with that. You want to tell them the actual information they're going to get out of it, or the actual outcome, not the information, sorry, the actual outcome. So if it's $1 million, it's $1 million. If it's you want them to feel good about their mother-in-law, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's whatever that specific outcome is. And the second thing is a time frame. So you want them to accomplish that goal, that outcome within a year, within 6 months, whatever it is. You want to allow them to create a living out of their doTERRA within 2 months, 60 days, whatever it is. So here's the deal. A large portion of the way you're going to be making money is through retreats. Now, there are week retreats and day retreats, but there's also retreats for those in the U.S. and those that are outside of the U.S. Week retreats, so all retreats, this is the basic idea, is in the morning, you'll have an info sessions. They will learn something they didn't know about before. You will teach them something along the lines of your course, and you will kind of bring them into your mind. They wouldn't get this opportunity otherwise. Now, it's called a retreat because this is not a seminar. This is not an all-day learn thing. This is you learn something, and then in the afternoon, there is an excursion. You go out and you test whatever this idea is that you talked about in the morning. Something physical that they can do that will internalize what it is you taught them. And for the rest of the day and the night, they get to do whatever they want. They get to relax, and they get to they get to think about whatever it is, and they get to create plans. This is the whole idea about Inspirito, is that you must, every person, the coaches and teachers, as well as the students, everybody has to find a way to relax into who they truly are so that they can feel inspiration, so that they're in the allowing mode, so that they're not trying to force things, but that they can receive inspiration and start moving off of that inspiration rather than being just crammed information all the time, and then you have no ability to allow that receiving of the inspiration. That is really the way the world moves, and if you can get that inspiration, everything works. So the inside the U.S. people who want to go on a retreat, that you're going to take them on a retreat, you're going to match a location to what you're teaching. So if you're teaching fashion, someplace like Milan would be a great place to go. If you're teaching music, maybe in Germany or the different places where composers grew up. So you want to be very specific. If you're teaching financing, maybe you want to go to Luxembourg or Switzerland or wherever the big banks are, just so that the whole purpose of finding the location is to be exactly in alignment with what you're teaching, because these retreats are transformational. They're not about necessarily, well, they're about having fun, but they're not about just learning. They're about changing us as people inside. And so you find exactly the place that teaches what you want to teach them. And again, all you do is info in the morning, the excursion in the afternoon. The rest of the time is theirs to do whatever the heck they want. Now, the outside of the U.S. people who would like to go on these retreats, you'll offer a retreat at the Inspirito retreat, which is this amazing retreat that I have procured. I'm going to turn off the sound because I'm not done with the sound on this. I'm not exactly where I want to be. But this location is so amazing. I hope this video comes through all right. There is so much to do at this location. There's swimming, and there's equine therapy, and there's fishing and boating and all kinds of amazing stuff. There's an in-house chef, and there's all kinds of amazingness. Okay, so if you can see this place, it is so gorgeous and so beautiful, and it's just a place to relax and have fun and just find joy. That's it. If you come to this retreat, you had better just relax and just be joyous. This is just showing that it's in the Rocky Mountains. It's actually in Orem, so it's really close to where most of us are at, and it's a year-round retreat. So let's move on. Okay, Inspirito coaching. So this is another upgrade. So when you offer your course, you give them a course that's just kind of a self-help course. I recommend that you do regular webinars that simply brings them through what they should be doing for the week or the month or whatever it is. But that's not the coaching. The coaching is for people who want to move on and get something that's a little more advanced. And so you can help them with the course very specifically. Obviously, it's going to cost more for you to do that for them because it's a one-on-one thing. There are also opportunities for you to do group coaching where you can do a morning webinar every morning for a group and show them how to do it that way. Okay, so widgets. So widgets are anything that's kind of a small value add. So anything like a book or an app or a report or a list or something of value within your given market. So you can offer all of these for free. You can offer all of these for a very small amount of money. I would go anywhere from free to $50. These are entry-level items to get them in the door. It is better to offer something for free or incredibly cheap, almost for free, and get more people in the door than it is to raise your prices and have fewer people come in, because these widgets really are the entry into your course. And so my recommendation typically is to create a widget that either you can deliver digitally, or if you're mailing it, then you just ask them to cover the shipping cost. So if it's a book, charge them $6, $7 or whatever for the shipping cost so that they can get that for free. But it gives them, especially if they get something physically, there's this weird thing, but people feel kind of indebted to you. And so they want to look at your emails that you send, and they want to look at these the things that you send them and that you want them to look at. So what we're doing here with Inspirito, with the outcome-based courses, this guy looks kind of funny, doesn't he? Is that we want to bridge the gap between their belief of their desire, of getting the desire, and the desire itself. So anytime, well, that's not true. In these courses, the reason it's worth it for anybody out there to take your course is because you're bridging their gap between their belief and their desire. You're helping them see what they want and see how to get exactly what they want. Now, $1 million or money or that kind of stuff, all money is a measurement of energy. And really what we all want to do is find a way to talk to people and figure out exactly what the translation of that energy means, whether it's a house that allows their family to come and to have parties in their home and to bring the people they love to this nice large home, whether it's, you know, reliable, nice cars or that are perhaps even status symbols that help them progress in their lives. Whether it's purchasing land, they feel they're going to be safe. It doesn't matter. Their desire is what the most important thing is. And so you need to find a way to bridge that gap between belief and desire. So here we go. So now I'm just going to take any comments that you have, and I'm going to see if I can turn on your mics. All right, let's see. All right, I'm turning on everybody's mics in case you have any questions. If you want to mute your own mic, you're welcome to do that. Looks like Jen is on the phone. You may not be able to chime in. But if you have any questions at this time, I'm willing to take any questions. I'll see if I can ramble through some things that maybe I can get more specific on while I'm waiting for any questions. All right, so the basis of all this are some very easy funnels that I've created. So you have an opt-in page to begin with where you offer something small in return for their email. Everything that we're doing is automated. So once you set this up and you set the course up, all you have to do is market it. There's nothing else you have to do. If you want to do webinars, that's up to you, and that adds value, and I recommend it. But you could literally just let this run. And you could even do pre-recorded webinars. So you record something beforehand. So literally everything can be automated. So all of the landing pages will have movement to them. And every time you get an email address, it goes into an email funnel where you have created several different emails that lead them down an email funnel. And when they go to landing pages, it brings them through a website funnel. So all of these things just lead them down a path of a funnel that brings them closer and closer and closer to that final intimacy of creating money. So that is the whole basis to the making the money. For those of you who weren't here before, let's go back to the beginning of this. This is the recipe to making $1 million in a year. I imagine most of you will want to get to $1 million rather than stop at $10,000. The key and the largest number here is the $453,000 for 18 Inspirito students per month. That's what you want to be hitting, 18 students a month. 18 students is ridiculously low. I mean, that is so small. And we are going to be marketing all over the world. This is not just a local thing. This is not just, I mean, maybe you'll start out local with friends and start them there to kind of build your belief. I recommend getting it out to everybody in the world and letting people see what you can do, because when you get through with this course, you are going to have such a powerful, powerful course and message that people who enter your course will understand exactly how to get the thing that they want, the outcome that you promise them. So there will be 3 week retreats with 20 people. That's $240,000. 15 individual coaching students, $180,000. All of these things, they're so doable. These are so small compared to what people are doing. There are courses that I know of right now that are making $150,000 in a day. And I imagine those are going to keep going up because the way education right now is, it's kind of broken, like this PhD guy. So are there any more questions? If you can't find a way to ask a question on the webinar, feel free to message me on Facebook if you're a friend with me on Facebook. And I'll answer whatever questions you would like. So I'll stay on the line for another 5 or 10 minutes just to answer questions. And all right, so Malia says, so are these numbers are profits, or will this be split with you and the affiliates? No, these are all profits. These numbers over here, I carefully went through them. These are actually profits. You calculate 18 times 12 times 3,000. That's a lot more than 453,000. And again, these are such easy numbers. So thanks for that question, Malia. Appreciate it. And again, we're not even adding affiliate stuff in here. So, all right. Thanks, Gregory. Huckleberry. I'm not sure what that means. I'm your Huckleberry, but sounds good. Okay, let's see. So we talked about marketing funnels, avatars. This is what really inspires me, though, is this retreat is amazing, and just being able to be here. I'd recommend, actually, that if you can find a way to have a retreat at Inspirito once a quarter, it's not just going to help your students, it's going to help you a lot as well. And it's just such a beautiful place. Even just this picture here is some of the pool. And by the way, there's such an interesting place. The guy who built it is the founder of Tahitian Noni, and he has all this artwork that he's created for this place. Even inside, if you notice, all of the inside stuff is all wood. He had artists come in and carve out the wood and create birds and squirrels and leaves and different things in this space that it's just, you don't even notice until you get really up close to it. And this is Bosendorfer, by the way, Busendorfer, that's how you say it in Germany. It's probably the most expensive piano I've ever touched, and I've touched some pretty expensive pianos. It was taken from the Vienna Opera House. And anyway, it's pretty amazing stuff. This is where the informational sessions will be, is in that kind of stadium area, the movie room. And everybody will have their own beautiful, amazing suites. And we'll go out and do some amazing adventure stuff in the afternoons. If you guys haven't been to this place with the first Gutenberg Bible, is pretty cool. Oh yeah, and my orchestra, the Solipops Orchestra, will play for guests as well. We're building a VR performance hall there, so you can literally, well, on a phone or a computer or a tablet or even a VR headset, you can actually move within the space while they're performing, streaming live. It's pretty amazing. This is a spa that we're putting in with cryotherapy and salt floating and massage therapy, obviously, as well as there is, oh, that's a secret garden that's there. It's pretty cool. And there will be basketball court. There's running trails and equine therapy and just trophy fishing with bass and all kinds of amazingness there. It's just such an amazing place. So with all this said, I'm just going to wrap up. Make sure people don't become this guy anymore. PhDs are good, and a lot of people they get some amazing things out of it, but some people don't. And we're going to guarantee that our courses will fulfill the outcomes that our students want. But we can't do that the normal way, which is why we have to do the Inspirito training along with the system training. So if you have any questions outside of this webinar, you're welcome to message me and let me know. And if you have, all right, yep, I think I've covered everything. So thanks, guys. Make sure to check your emails. I've been sending everybody emails. So check your emails to make sure you have all the information you need. Sign up for the program so we can make sure to get you in there. I think most of you are already signed up, but if you're not, make sure to go in there, pay the $27, get it done with, and we can start moving forward. So thanks again, guys, and we'll catch you again soon.